Hello everyone. I'm gonna change the playlist. By the way, I have bangs. Hello. They're still settling in. For those of you who know, you know. Every time I try a new playlist, I really wind up not liking it, going back to my regular stuff. That's just how it happens. But for those of you who know, you know, once you get a haircut, it takes a second to like settle in. So we're here today, but give it a couple more days and it's gonna be chef's kiss. So I'm excited and I'm ready for it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up. I thought I wanted hang drum music, but I think it's just a little bit too fast for what I wanted today. So I think I'm gonna go back to my tried and true and do a little bit of flute music. But let me know how you guys are feeling today. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's been very like rainy and sunny at the same time, which I kind of love because lots of rainbows, but it's definitely been a very humid day because of it all. All right, bear with me guys as I get some music going. Let's see. There we go. More my vibe. Same here, love it. Great so far, beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna read some comments. Do you have YouTube? Yes, I do have a YouTube. I also have a Reiki membership site called Inner Harmony that you can find in the link in my bio that has Reiki videos and tarot readings that I don't put on YouTube, but all of the live streams that I have here are always re-uploaded onto YouTube. For today's live stream, we are doing Reiki for the collective with the intention of enhancing your magnetism. So you can really take that any way that you please. A lot of times people take magnetism and place it in the same realm as relationships, which is definitely true. But even if you've been looking to become more magnetic in other ways as well, maybe you've been looking to become more magnetic on camera, more magnetic in your work meetings, more magnetic over the phone. Maybe you're trying to be more magnetic in your business and attract new clients, or even just magnetic to some desires and manifestations that you have. This is going to help break apart any stagnant energy that is really blocking you from experiencing the kind of magnetism that you are looking for. I love doing this kind of intention for Reiki sessions because it really makes people feel just a little bit more like themselves, a little bit more authentic, more genuine, gives them a little bit of a oomph, some energy boost, and really makes you kind of feel yourself a little bit more. So enjoy as we are doing this Reiki for magnetism for the collective. And as always, we are going to get into personal Reiki healing sessions today. So if you have an area of concern in your health or your wealth, your money, your career, or if you have any areas of concern in your relationships, you can let me know what those are by going to the link in my bio, clicking live Reiki healing session, and then it's first come, first serve. I will tap into your individual energy, see what's going on that needs to be cleared away or even activated. And if there are any messages from your spiritual team, I will help translate them for you so that you have sharp and spot on intuition, and you can use that to navigate your life for the next few days, weeks, or even months. I think we had a message about grief. So I actually did a little educational video not too long ago about the energetic healing behind grief. And so I'll do a very short synopsis for you here, but then once you're ready to kind of get that full message, you can go to my profile and then see that video. But it's really about allowing yourself to feel all the emotions that come. First of all, sending you my condolences, sending you lots of love and healing energy for this time that you're processing such heavy emotion. And also just know that your loved ones are always going to be there with you energetically and spiritually. So even though they may not be in the physical form anymore, they are still very much here and present with you and are looking over you. And you will start to feel them more and more as long as you continue to connect with them beyond this physical realm. And so again, just allowing yourself to take the time to process. It's going to show up in many different ways and manifest in many different ways for you. So be ready for the ride, but really allow yourself to be kind, be gentle, be patient, and really focus on that releasing process as much as you can. But as I always say and teach here, healing is not just about releasing. That is just a small sliver of the process. It's important. It's a very important part of the process. But what's as equally as important is to make sure that you are infusing the energies that you prefer. So finding those moments of joy, finding those moments of laughter, finding those moments of creativity and self-expression, being silly, being goofy, tapping into your inner child and allowing yourself to really play in life. That is what's going to really help you move through this in a smoother way, if you will. But of course, everyone's process is different. And if there is anything else that I have to say about how to energetically heal yourself at this time, then make sure that you're double checking that one video that I have posted for you, and you can save it so that you can rewatch it anytime that you need that extra gentle reminder. Good question. I noticed no evil eye necklace or other forms of earth to help protect your energy. How are you protecting your energy today? I grounded so well today, and I energy cleansed beforehand and prior. Also, Reiki also protects my energy as well. So even if I don't have anything physically on me, like a certain tool or a rock or anything like that, I always have the Reiki to protect me as an additional backup. But after the session today, I will go and ground some more and then do another little energy cleanse. But that's what's so important about making sure that you are regularly energy cleansing yourself, which is what I tell you guys in every single one of these live streams, because then the moments that you do forget your protective jewelry, the moments that you do forget to maybe visualize, the moments that you do forget to pray to your spiritual team to help protect you, you are gonna be okay because you've been cleansing yourself all along. So I had a really nice grounding session today because I said it was raining a lot. There's this place in my backyard where there's literally just a whole bunch of grass and then there's just dirt because that's where we put the fire pit. And so there's no fire pit on there, but it created a little puddle. And so rainwater and a whole bunch of mud. That was my grounding practice today. And I was there while the dogs were running around, getting dirty, having fun. And it was a really good time. So I was blessed to have that experience because once I saw that turn into a puddle, I was like, ooh, let me go out there and ground a little bit. Do you get drained from pulling away negative energy from other people? No, and that's exactly why I do all of my cleansing, and that's the topic that we're talking about today, where someone was noticing that I don't have my protective jewelry on and didn't seem that I had any other form of protection, but since I do protect my energy by cleansing it every single day, I am good to go. And you guys can learn how to do the same exact thing. There is a video at the top of my page. Click the link in my bio, and then it says protect your energy, and it's how to use the 5 elements to cleanse your energy. Once you are cleansing your energy, you're also fortifying your energy field, and that energy field is what is used to protect you. What jewelry is best for protecting your energy? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna plug myself here because me and my mom do have a jewelry store on Etsy called Earth Magic Jewels, and we specifically make protection jewelry. So we have protection jars, we have like evil eye necklaces, we have hems and necklaces, we also have bracelets. There is something that we also have called a triple protection bracelet that has tiger's eye, hematite, and onyx on it. and that's really, really good because it has all 3 different kinds. Now, all of the jewelry that you're going to get from me and my mom's shop on Etsy does have Reiki in it as well. So you have a little bit of a boost in that energetic protection because of the Reiki. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate that. Getting my sister some of your jewelry for her birthday. Yes, rock on. She'll love it. Love, love, love it. We also have other jars as well. I know I had just mentioned the protecting your energy jar, but we also have a happiness jar, an abundance jar, and an intuition jar. And so if you wanted to add on like a little thing with the jewelry, those jars are a really good thing to kind of enhance whatever area of like the room that she's in mostly. So let's say she wants a little bit more happiness in the bedroom, or she wants a little bit more intuition in her office. Maybe she wants the protection jar in her car while she's driving if she gets anxiety. All those are great to use for places like that. I love how chatty we are in the chat today. I know some people dislike when there's a lot of chat, but you have to also realize, like, I like to chat too. Being of service is definitely something I love, but I like to be of service and talk to you guys and, you know, keep up with the relationship that we have. I would love a happiness jar, OMG. I need to check this out. Yes, she gets such bad anxiety. Okay, yeah. Protection jars are great for anxiety. My 8-year-old wants to be a Reiki healer. Is that too young? As long as you give permission to them, Reiki can be sent to anyone, and I would say that Reiki 1 and 2 would be good for them to maybe start, but wait until they're a bit older to become a Reiki master, because a Reiki master, the whole point of becoming a Reiki master is to then train and attune others. So maybe when she has kind of done Reiki for a few years and you feel like she's matured enough to do a little bit more in terms of teaching others, that's when the Reiki master could be a good idea for her. Also, just teaching her how to heal her own energy without the Reiki first could also be a great suggestion, but it's really ultimately up to you, and allowing her to understand the importance of it, because it is a sacred practice. It's not just to be used kind of willy-nilly, if that makes sense. And I'm sure that your daughter is very educated and smart and talented, but it is just very important to make sure that, you know, there's consent that comes into play, and there's just a lot of there has to be a lot of a solid nature within one's self to be able to provide Reiki healing sessions for people. Now, if she just wants to learn it for herself or use it for her family or her pets, that's fine. But once it gets to the point of, oh, I want to try this on my friends, and then, you know, who knows what can happen. Just saying, because like, let's say she wants to do a Reiki session for her friends, and then maybe one of her parents doesn't really like or believe in Reiki, and then it could be an ordeal. And so for her to be able to mentally handle that kind of conversation or that kind of situation that could occur, all those things. So think about it, sit on it, chew on it. It's great for one to learn how to heal themselves. But if that seems a little bit too big, now that we're having this kind of back and forth and you're understanding the different aspects of that, allowing her to understand how to protect her energy by cleansing her energy could be a really great start to kind of dip her toes into healing first. I know what I feel from Reiki, but what do you feel as you are channeling? When I'm doing it for the collective, I really just have a general sensation of what needs to be done, and so I just let my intuition guide me. I really get out of my logical brain unless I'm answering your guys' questions, and then I'm kind of multitasking. But when I am doing Reiki for like a personal session, I will feel all the things. I'm someone who has a lot of strength in my intuition coming to me in the form of physical sensations, and so some people would call that clairsentient. I no longer limit myself. My mentor would be like so proud. My mentor for my shamanic practices is like, don't limit yourself by saying you're a clairvoyant or clairsentient or this, that, the other, because intuition comes in all shapes and sizes and all forms, and if you constantly say that it is only coming in one form, then you're blocking the others in a sense, or not being as open to the others coming for you and to you and through you. So back to what I was saying, one of my strongest sensitivities that I have been able to tap into rather quickly is the sensitivity of the physical body. So whenever I'm tapping into your guys' energy, I typically feel your body. I feel your energy as if it were my own, and that's why I get such accurate readings for you guys, because I can really feel what's going on in your body. Please repeat the name of your Etsy shop, Earth Magic Jewels. Jenny, can you feel mine? Yes, if you would like for me to tap into your energy and see what's going on with you, heal some aspects that may need some healing, then you can go to the link in my bio. You can let me know an area of concern, or you just want me to generally tap into your energy, clear up, do a little bit of a maintenance on you. We could definitely do that. Same goes for anyone who's experiencing, I feel like a couple people came on here saying that they had a cold or they weren't feeling so good. If you guys want a little bit of relief through Reiki, I can definitely make that work for you in a private session on the live stream. Kelly B, I need to learn more of that, like be more seasoned in the things I can do. IDK, how to tap in. Honestly, Kelly, if you're really serious and committed to tapping into your own intuition, it is a process, of course, that you're able to do by yourself. But if you want more of like an expedited, like all the tools and all the practices are kind of given to you in a lump sum, then I would suggest signing up for my Beyond Balance program, because every single week we go through healing a different aspect of your energetic body. So week 1, we go over healing the physical body. Week 2 is the emotional body. Week 3 is the mental body. And then week 4 is the spiritual body. And you really do kind of have to start with the physical body and go up that way. I find it's the easiest. When I was energy healing myself, the very first time I was ever doing that, I was purging all of the old trauma, the unprocessed emotions, the old wounds, the limiting beliefs from my energy centers every single day for about a year. And when I was able to do that, I got myself out of major depression periods. I would have these phases of depression where I would be in it for a long time, somehow get out of it, and then get right back into it. And I also had a lot of anxiety and panic attacks where I had shooting, stabbing pains in my chest, and I had no idea what was going on. So through that, I was then triggered and inspired to energy heal myself. And then over that year where I was energy purging and really just kind of learning how to heal my own energy without a specific modality, that's when I was able to alleviate myself from a lot of these mental and emotional ailments. And I was able to then tap into my more spiritual self, and my intuition really just boosted. And that's where I started doing sessions for you guys, and that was a couple years ago. That was like 5 years ago, over 5 years ago now. And then I became attuned to Reiki, and then have been doing my shamanic practices. So everything that I learned from my own experience, from some techniques of Reiki and from some techniques of shamanism, that's what I put into all my programs. So the Beyond Balance program will really help you out if you're looking for a bit of a shortcut where you don't have to like do all this research by yourself. It's like really handed to you, and then you can just implement them daily, and that will help you tap in more than anything. Jenny, I have trouble connecting to spirit. Are you able to help or tell me why? There's a couple different things that could happen, but again, Jenny, I would have to tap into your individual energy to let you know for sure, because there's so many different things that could be blocking you. You could have a blocked root. You could also have a blocked third eye or even crown. There could just be some fears within you that need to be faced and released, or some emotions as well that need to be purged in order for you to have a little bit more of a clearer connection to your intuition. But know that your intuition, your higher self, your spirit guides, they're always talking to you and communicating to you at any point in time. It's really up to you to listen. And so finding that distraction-free, quiet space where you're able to tap into those messages and really listening to your heart space is a lot of it as well. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people seem to think that your source of intuition is in your third eye. It's actually in your heart space. So by tapping more into your heart space, you're able to really decode the messages that are coming from spirit. But again, it depends on which energy centers are in balance and which of them may be blocked. And so if anyone else is like Jenny and you're like, oh, I really don't know, like when spirit is trying to talk to me, I really have a trouble listening to my intuition. I always ignore my intuition. Those are all factors. And you can, again, go to the link in my bio. Let me know that that's your area of concern. I forgot the person's name and I really wish I remember, but it was like last week or a week and a half ago, I was doing an energy healing on someone who I believe was also attuned to Reiki, or they were an energy healer of some sort. And I was doing a healing on them and I said, wow, your crown is so overactive. I could tell there's plenty messages for you, and I can tell that you keep reaching up to try to experience these messages and these downloads and these codes to like help you navigate through life. But she was unable to access them. And so we did a mini Reiki healing, and I was like, let me know how things go in the next 10 days, because every single time you get a Reiki healing from me, at least, the energy lasts within your system, continues working with you for the next 10 days. And so she hopped onto the live stream the next day and was like, I received them. Like, I keep receiving them. My intuition's on point. And because she also takes other clients, she also was able to receive their intuitive messages as well and help them translate those, as I do for you guys too. So if anyone else is kind of like, I really want to hear those messages from spirit, I can translate them for you here, but also give you a little bit of a better access. Now, it's not that I'm giving you better access to it. I'm helping you relax. And as you relax and as you heal, you will then open up yourself to that kind of energy. But that's very, very, very subtle. And once you're able to kind of relax, you're healing, you're listening, you're being observant, I help you really just guide you to tap into it yourself. It becomes muscle memory. And the more you do it, the more that you have access. And that's typically what I help people do in all of my programs, because I'm not that spiritualist that's like, oh, I'll help you receive all these messages, but I have to be the one to do it. It's like, no, like I'll help you receive the messages. I'll help you kind of understand how your spiritual team speaks to you. And then through there, that'll just like help you. It's like, I'm just pointing a sign like over here. And then you put attention to it and you are able to receive from there. Yes, if we could not spam people in my comment section, that'd be great. I'm not sure if my moderator is on here. It's all right, guys. I'll go ahead and moderate it. Sometimes when I've been moderating recently, it's been messing up the live stream, so I really hope that's not the case this time. Give us a second here. Okay, hopefully everything is working according to plan. Does energy healing help ADHD? It absolutely can. It can help you to feel a little bit more grounded. It can also help you to kind of be more productive, or wherever it is that you are kind of stressing in your ADHD, because everyone's a little bit different. Sometimes it's a productivity thing, sometimes it's a relaxation thing, sometimes it's a meditation thing, sometimes it's an intuitive thing, like whatever it is. It could also just be a little bit exhausting in terms of like you trying to focus on one thing, and it's challenging for you to do so. And so again, with the Reiki energy and energy healing yourself, you can get into more of a calmer state, if that makes sense, where it's easier to streamline your focus. Is there anything similar to a read on here but more in depth? Love mine 2 weeks ago. Love that. I would say like not through live stream, like the only readings I do through live stream is like a personal Reiki healing session, like a mini one. But if you're wanting a more in-depth one, I can offer you a tarot card reading, and that will be either on Zoom. We can do it on Zoom so we can talk back and forth, or it's just a pre-recorded video. So if you're in need of a tarot reading, then just DM me, let me know that you're ready for a tarot reading. I'll give you the information for both kinds, and then we can get more in depth with you. Is there a certain temperature of water best for Reiki? I'm going to use water for my energy healing. Not necessarily. It kind of just depends, I guess, on how you feel. It's a little bit more of an intuition-led thing, but I do know that like for energy healers, once we are done, especially with like a hands-on process, like in person, it is nice to just have that kind of ice cold water and just like rinse and do a bit of like a clearing and cleansing through that way. I always find for whatever reason, like ice cold water is just a little bit more angelic, and that's just for me. That's possibly like personal preference, but if there are any like really spiritual people here who also do energy healing, you know, when you're feeling a little bit not so grounded, but you're super connected to like the ethers and spirit, you start to like shake and shiver, and you kind of feel like really like cold. That's just because you're like elevating vibrationally, and I usually find at least the sensations in my body can be very cold, so I like to use that from time to time. But I also take like very hot showers and baths, so I like to use those for detox baths and stuff like that, but that's just because I prefer that kind of temperature. So it really is anything that you prefer, but that's a little tidbit of how I use water for me. I learned about karmic ties from one of your videos, and it explains so much of what I've been going through. Well, Luke, thank you so much. I am happy that you have more clarity now, and hopefully you know kind of what to do for next steps to help you out in whatever situation that you're in. Very good. So I'm going to check my list real quick, make sure there's no one waiting for me. If you guys do sign up for a personal Reiki session, can you please let me know in the chat that you're about to sign up or that you did sign up? Recently on my live streams, there's been like a lag when someone gives me a phone call. And so I'm like, okay, I have to put do not disturb on, and then it won't lag. But then I'm not able to see your notifications coming through the phone. So I always have to be checking now. So if anyone does decide to get one on the live stream today, just let me know that you signed up for it. And then I can make sure to look at the list. I learned I have no karmic debt tied to me. However, could I still have karmic tie to someone? We're always going to have karma. That's going to be a process that you have for all of your lifetimes. So it's a little bit of like a tricky question, because you could have a karmic tie to someone if someone like comes into your future. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have a karmic tie to someone right now, someone in the future could be a karmic tie for you. But we always have karma. Karma is really just consequence. It's cause and effect. So whatever it is that you do, how you behave, how you act, what your vibrational set point is, it's always going to have a reaction cosmically in the universe. And so it's always going to, again, have a cause and then an effect, whether you experience that effect in this lifetime or the next. You can customize what apps you won't want notifications from on Do Not Disturb. Oh my God, thank you, Sergio. That I'm technologically challenged sometimes, so that actually really helps me out. I'm going to use that. Thank you. This is a very pretty song. It's called Rainforest Meditation. Yeah, I love that. I'm definitely going to use that for the next live stream. Is there Reiki for trauma bonds? Do I have a Reiki for trauma bonds. Ooh, no, and that's a good one. That's a very, very good one. If you want to, though, I can do a personal Reiki healing for you for trauma bonds right here, right now. Just go to the link in my bio and sign up. Someone says, I nominate Sergio for the IT department. Okay, Jenny, perfect. Let me go ahead and refresh my page. Okay, I see you here. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay, so trouble connecting with spirit. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and tap in. Let me grab some water real quick. All right, so those of you guys who maybe it's your first time watching me, or you were having the same kind of intention as Jenny where you want to connect to spirit, listen to Jenny's personal Reiki healing session, take some mental notes. This is going to be different though from person to person, so whatever I say to Jenny could relate to you, and some things may not be the exact same as what you're going through, so it is always best to make sure that you're using your discernment, and that if you really want to know what's going on with specifically you and the dynamics that you have going on in your inner being, that you get a personal Reiki session or just communicate with your higher self. Well, if you can't connect to your higher self, then how can you communicate with your higher self? So yes, if you're needing help, just ask me. We'll do a personal session for you. All right, so Jenny, I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or in the chat. Take a deep breath in and out. Okay, something's definitely going on between the throat and the solar plexus. And the heart space is definitely involved in this. Honestly, energetically, what I'm seeing for you is like a very hunched back kind of energy. I'm not saying that you are physically hunched back, but I'm seeing a lot of weight on you, and energetically I almost see you through like a vision where you're just kind of like hunched back, hunched over. And it's just like kind of when you're in pain or you have like a stomach bug or something like that, and you're just doing that self-protective kind of mode. And so whenever we're in self-protective mode, it usually means that we need a little bit more grounding. We need a little bit more energy cleansing to fortify that energetic field. And so with all of that weight that you are carrying, I feel like energetically, that is where a lot of your attention is going to subconsciously. And that could be a reason why you're having issues. Oh my gosh, that was my dog. I'm so sorry. Please excuse them. That could be energetically why you are not able to access spirit as potently or effectively as you would like to. Let me see if there's anything else going on. Definitely, I'm going to go ahead and say a blocked root. It's a little bit more on the underactive side, very little energy flow happening in the root. So with the combination of all that, I for sure see why we're having a little bit of issues here. So when it comes to a blocked or underactive root, we want to make sure that that's brought into balance, because that's going to set the standard for all of the other energy centers. And so when we have a blocked root, it's actually very hard for us to connect to spirit, because we can only go so far up as we go down. So we have to go down, we have to purge that energy, we have to release, we have to ground through skin to earth contact. And what I'm really sensing here, and I'm going to get into your healing in a second, but what I'm really sensing is a lot of emotional attachments to times where you were very disappointed in your life. I'm also sensing perhaps even a physical pain in the lower back. So I'm not sure if you have lower back issues, or maybe you have really bad cramping during your monthly cycles and it radiates to the back, but I'm also sensing that kind of physical energy there. So we're going to go ahead and actually start with the root first, help you kind of release and discharge energy. I'm going to show you or guide you through a practice that you can use while you're grounding. And so when you're outside, you're taking your shoes off. You said sometimes for the lower back pain. So when you're grounding, you're taking your shoes off, you're taking your socks off, you're stepping out into dirt or mud or just the grass, and you're allowing yourself to do this process that we're going to walk you through right now. So I'm going to actually have you take your hands, and you can rub them together, blow into them 3 times, get your own energy into your own hands, and then place your left hand on the heart space, right hand on the belly. And through here, you are just kind of connecting back to those aspects of yourself that we were talking about earlier, the heart space, the solar plexus. You are receiving this information, your emotions, you're receiving your own divine healing energy, and you're also giving it back to yourself. So this is really good hand placements for self-healing, so that you can kind of recharge your battery and really allow your emotions to rise to the surface, to be released. And then through here, I'm going to have you breathe in through your nose. Have that air reach down to the belly, and from the belly, exhale out through the mouth. And I want you on every exhale to push a lot of that weight that we're feeling all the way down through the bottoms of your feet. And that's how you're going to discharge that energy through breath work. When you're out grounding, you're going to actually release that into the ground. So stay here while we do your healing. Keep breathing in and out. Jenny, make sure that as you're doing this and as you're breathing in, you're taking your shoulders, rolling them up, back, and down, puffing your chest out. Make sure you're not concaving. Make sure that you're sitting up tall or even having your chest expanded. I'm getting that the energy of fire is going to be really good for you alongside the grounding. So earth energy, fire energy. I will send you a link to access a video called Protect Your Energy, where I show you how to use all 5 elements to cleanse your energy. And in there, make sure you're really paying attention to the earth one and the fire one. Very good. Keep breathing. So we're hitting all points. The breath work is really focusing in on all of the energy centers, but it's helping you release through the throat, which is one of the areas that was a concern for today. Your hand placements are going to be helping you with your heart space and your solar plexus, and then allowing yourself to exhale that energy down, discharge all of that weight that you are carrying and holding on to down through the bottoms of your feet. That's what's going to help you with your root. I am a new healer. I can feel but no guidance. If you're looking to work together one-on-one, that could be a really good option for you, so that you can have the guidance that you're looking for and become the kind of healer that you're wanting to be, so that you have, you know, a steady base of, I'm sure you have education, but to have just a steady base and foundation of a solid education beneath your feet. And then from there, I'll just be your mentor. So if you have any questions as you are healing the world, you at least have someone to turn to if you don't already. Honestly, every best healer in this world has a mentor. Sometimes we can just only go so far with our own experience that we really need the experience for others as well. Beautiful. I'm going to have you breathe in and out 5 more times. We'll do 5 today. In through the nose, Jenny. And out through the mouth at your own pace. Starting to feel some tingling sensations on your behalf. Not sure if you're also feeling them physically as well, but that's a very good sign. Lots of energetic shifts are happening at this time. And now I'm feeling what's going on in the crown. Blocked crown. Makes sense. whenever we have a blocked or underactive root, the crown is always impacted very heavily by that. So that is definitely why you may be able to feel some things, but just have no like concrete intuitive messages come through where it's matter of fact. You know exactly what your spirit guides are trying to tell you. It's definitely a very blocked crown. The more that you ground, you are really balancing your energy centers, and that crown will start to alleviate itself. So I'll go ahead and just put a Reiki symbol on there just to kind of help out with that process. Very good. Okay, by now you should be done or wrapping up with your 5 breaths. Beautiful. All right, Jenny, that's all that I have for you. I'm gonna go ahead and close you out. Beautiful. Awesome. So thanks so much for trusting me with that process today. Now you have a lot more clarity on what's going on with you energetically, and just know that whenever you're feeling a little bit off, always tune back into those energy centers of yours. And again, if you are ready and willing to work with me one-on-one, the best program that I have available for you at this time is called Beyond Balance. In there, I go through my own personal experience, techniques and tools that I cultivated, as well as some from Reiki and some from my Native American traditional healing. So with that being said, you're going to feel very well-rounded, because when it comes to Reiki, that is just like one source of energy. But when it comes to the Native American practices, that's another source of energy that we need as well. We are both spirit and matter, and so Reiki really does a good job with the spiritual essence and that electric energy, but the Native American traditional healing practices all come from Mother Earth for the most part. And so when we have the combination of spirit and matter, that's really how we bring the human body into balance. And so not only will you learn how to heal yourself in that program and connect to those different aspects of you on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level, but you'll be able to kind of take some of that education as well and provide that for your clients when you're healing them too. Let's see. Is this your job or just something you do to help people on the side? No, this is my job. This is my full time, my bread and my butter, my meat and potatoes. I'm going to take my dogs out of the room because I can just hear them like fussing about and they're wanting to get out already. So it's going to be a little loud and a little chaotic. They may show up on screen, but then we can get back to the regular scheduled programming. If you guys saw Jenny's Reiki session just now and you relate to a certain aspect, let me know in the chat what it is that you relate to. And if you're also getting a personal Reiki healing session, let me know that you have already submitted your form through the chat so that I can see what my list is looking like and get back to them. So give me 1 second. Alright, loves, settle down. I'm gonna close this too. Okay. Yeah, the little tippy tappies, I swear. Hi, babies. Hi. Hello. Hi. Let me move this around. Okay. I know, it's so much love. So much love. Okay, J-Lo, got you. I get really strong hits in my hand on areas of illness or pain. Okay, yes, great. So that is you scanning and that's you reading. So you mean like when you're doing healings on others and you're doing your little scan, doing your little read, that's where you kind of get those hints and stuff. That's very good. You're sensing the subtle energy that is happening inside someone's energetic field, and you are able to tell the imbalances that they're going through, which is great. True sign of a healer. Hi, honey. Don't kiss me on the mouth, okay? Is the Native American traditional healing a closed practice? I would say some of it definitely is, and what is a little bit more open is what I share with you guys. So things like the egg cleanse is something that I have here. Something like cleansing yourself, like grounding, using water, using fire, using air, using spirit to cleanse and protect your energy. That's also Those are also some things that I share with you guys, but I definitely don't share every single thing because it's just not mine to share, but it is mine to kind of use on you. So when you guys get healing sessions from me, then I will use what I've learned, obviously, for the past 3 years and more years to come to bring you into balance. And whatever I need to share with you, then I will. But it's years and years and years of practice. And different modalities that we learn and different techniques that we learned through my apprenticeship. Okay, so we have Jillian. I love that name. I don't know why. I just always have. Okay, so Jillian, for you, health and finances. Is there anything that you would like to share specifically that's going on with you in health? Or are you just looking for a tune-up? If it's private and you don't want to share, that's fine too. Let me know. But if there is something that you could be more specific with, absolutely let me know what that is, and it'll take out a lot of the guesswork from my end. Not that it's guessing, but if we can cut right to it, it saves us some time. Are you still doing personal sessions on the live? Yes, Angel. So if you would like to have a personal session, you could potentially be next. What chakra would be for abuse for healing purposes? Abuse will hit all the chakras in many different ways. And so if you are experiencing abuse or have experienced abuse and you're trying to purge that trauma, you want to hit all of the energy centers, because it could be sexual abuse, and that would be the sacral, maybe even the root, even potentially the solar plexus. Relationship abuse, that could be the heart space. If it was mental or verbal abuse, that could be the crown and the third eye. So it really depends, but whenever one energy center is impacted, so are the rest. Okay, just reading, seeing if Jillian got back to me. Jillian, I'm not sure if you are still writing. Okay, there we go. He said, I'm ill, I'm unsure of the diagnosis, but it has affected many areas of my body and intuition. Okay, I got you. Yeah, whenever we have pain going on in the physical body, that really does block a lot of intuition, because again, your energy and your attention is going to the pain more so than it is going into the spiritual realms. And so I feel that for you. Let me go ahead and make sure that we are having you tap in. So I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat, Jillian. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay. Sensing some stuff in the crown, the heart, and the sacral. Lots of stuff in the crown. Honestly, we have a couple different things going on in your energy centers as a whole, but the major ones that your spirit guides are letting me know of the most right now are, again, the crown, the heart, and the sacral. So I'm going to just alleviate the crown for right now for a little bit, and then I'm going to go from bottom to top and just hit the sacral, then the heart, and go back to the crown. But I can feel that there's a lot going on in there. Many different kinds of limiting beliefs, and it's really impacting your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and even your willpower. Like, your thoughts are actively working against you in terms of your own self-perception and how you feel about yourself. And I can just really sense a disconnect between what your inner being knows about you and what your inner being knows to be true and what you are choosing to believe. So we're going to start with the crown first. I'm actually going to have you I'm not going to have you touch your crown. I'm going to have you touch your heart space. So I'm going to have you take your hands, rub them together. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Rub them together so you can feel that friction and that heat. Blow into them 3 times. Place them on your heart space. Not one hand on top of the other, but both equally on one side and then the other. Keep breathing in through your nose, deep down to your belly, and from your belly out through your mouth. I think there is a lot of self-judgment that's going on that could also be impacting your finances as well. I typically find that when people are struggling with finances, a lot of it is in the root, or not saying that you are struggling, you just put finances, not that you're struggling or anything. Maybe you're just looking to manifest more and that's all. But I do find that when people are trying to expand their level of abundance, it does correlate to the root, but a lot of it does correlate to the solar plexus as well. And so I can almost sense that your thoughts about your wealth, your thoughts about your finances, your thoughts about your career, or your thoughts about you expanding your abilities to get a certain outcome, that is just there's just a lot of repeating thoughts that are not serving you. And so it really is time to look those thoughts over and not allow yourself to believe certain things anymore. It's really time to kind of make a list, if you will, about all of the beliefs that you know are challenging your inner being. And it's not what your inner being thinks about you. It's not what your inner being knows about you. Your inner being knows that you are an infinite being full of amazing potential and opportunity and possibility. And so it's time to kind of connect back to that inner being, connect back to your spirit self, your higher self, who knows everything about you, so that you can really have a bird's eye view on what it is that you're going through in life, not only in finances, but in health as well. I know that you're saying that you are going through some sort of illness right now that's undiagnosed and that's impacting your intuition or impacting your ability to connect. But I will still say, as long as you're keeping up with your meditations, as long as you're keeping up with having those moments of relaxation, that can really help you just connect a little bit better. If you haven't been consistent, just be a little bit more consistent with it. Find those moments where you can be present and try to cut out all the excess noise, if you will, as much as you can. Okay, so keep your hands placed on your heart space for as long as it feels comfortable. I'm going to move into the heart space now. If your arms get tired, you can place them on your lap. Keep breathing though. The heart honestly doesn't need too much. It's mostly the solar plexus and the crown, but I did want to clear up some stuff in there because it's definitely not helping. Good. You can release your hands now if you have not already. I'm going to work on that solar plexus. Actually, take your hands, again, same process, rub them together, blow into them 3 times, place them on your belly, so right underneath your rib cage, right above your navel. I'm just going to beam some Reiki here. Good. Not too much needed here, but definitely some, as I was focused in on the crown and the heart, and then we're going to get into that sacral. Good. You can release your hands. We're going to get into the sacral. There is a lot, it's an overactive sacral, so there is a lot of emotion that is still stuck here and stagnant here, and it's just kind of spiraling within itself, if that makes sense. And so there needs to be a lot more somatic movements where you're doing hip opening stretches, you're dancing, you're rolling your hips around, you're allowing yourself to breathe into your hips. Dancing more is great. Allowing yourself to just encourage more movement in the sacral and the hips is going to be very good for you, and incorporating some breath work in that area as well, where again you're breathing into that area, you're exhaling out, but there is a lot of emotion here, and the way that it's manifesting is an overactive sacral, which can mean that your cravings are a little bit out of control. Maybe you're craving food or beverages or substances that are not necessarily healthy for you. Your sexual and sensual appetite as well could be very increased at this time, where it seems a little bit hyperactivated, and it's not like you're able to feel very satiated. Maybe you keep searching for that next new hit of adrenaline as well, because the sacral is your pleasure center. And so sometimes I do find too that this could increase your neediness on other people as well. So that could be something. And if you are experiencing the physical ailments around the hip area, reproductive area, lower back area, that's also indicative of that sacral. So I know that you were saying that you had something that was undiagnosed. If it's around that area, I can tell it's because of that sacral. as we're working on the sacral, I actually feel your crown alleviating a lot, which is great. The way that we purge energy and detox energy is very similar to how we pass our movements, you know? And so it goes in the same direction with gravity all the way down into earth. And so as we're focused here on the sacral, allowing you to release, allowing you to put your time, your energy, and your attention into this area, so many energetic shifts are happening, and it's really allowing that compression in the crown to decompress, which is great. Just allowing ourselves to facilitate that flow. I'm going to have you take in 3 deep breaths, and when you breathe in, I want you to consider breathing into your sacral. So breathe in, down below your navel, and breathe out from the navel. Again, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Be very careful of your cravings, especially if you're craving things that are not very good for you, whether that be, again, food, beverages, a substance, or another person. Be very careful with your cravings at this time. This healing energy is going to stay within your being for the next 10 days or so. So there is more healing to be done within the next few days. Keep me updated with how everything goes, but you will notice some different energetic shifts. Your cravings may very well change. You may notice your appetite is a little bit different. You may find yourself going towards more nutritious foods. Many different manifestations can happen from these kinds of healings, but definitely for you, I sense that those could be very probable ones. Very good, very good. I'm going to do a couple more extractions for you here, so just keep breathing at your own pace. Very good. Honestly, Jillian, I do feel like there could be more work that's done for your energy, but we're just going to go ahead and see how it feels for the next few days. I would suggest for you moving forward either the Beyond Balance program, because it does help you heal your own body, and if you're going through something where you're feeling ill and it's not diagnosed yet but it's really impacting you, the Beyond Balance program will definitely help you out. I go through healing all 4 bodies. So the physical body is the first one that could really already alleviate you from there. Then when we move into the emotional body, you're going to do a lot of healing work for that sacral. You're going to do a lot of healing work for that heart space. And once you have, we go in like order as well. So like week 1, with the physical body, we show you how to heal the root, the sacral, solar plexus, and then the emotional body is more like the sacral, solar plexus, heart space. Then we get into like the mental and spiritual bodies, which are going to be the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And so we really help you unblock yourself and alleviate any ailments or imbalances that you have from every single layer of your energetic being. And that could really, really help you. If you're not ready to kind of take on a program, it's only 4 weeks, but if you're not ready to take on a program and kind of do your own healing journey and you rather rely on a practitioner, that's where I'm going to say sign up for a one-on-one Reiki session where it's 60 minutes. And that way I can have more time for every single one of your energy centers. And then we can come up with some sort of regimen and routine to help you work on maintaining the healing that we're doing. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm going to go ahead and tap out. Okay, we have a couple different people who signed up. Beautiful. Anyone resonate with Jillian's healing today? Something that stood out to you guys, things that you want to let me know that you resonated with? Sarah, you're needing healing for social confidence, and you feel that something is blocking you. Sarah, go to the top of my page, click the link in my bio, and sign up for a personal Reiki healing session, and we can get to the bottom of that blockage and let you know what's going on internally. Jenny, what is your mentorship under? So all of my mentorship programs are invitation only. So Jenny, for you to sign up, you can DM me and let me know that you're ready to look into more information about the program, and I'll send you that link after the session today. I also am going to be sending everyone an email. I really wish that I could get these emails out to you guys sooner, but how it really happens is I'll do my live stream and then I'll go eat dinner and then I'll live my life because my work day is over in my head, and then the next day you guys get your email. So just be patient with me, but you typically get your emails a day or two after the actual live stream, and in that email I give you the links to the resources that I'm talking about, so you never have to kind of go digging and find stuff on your own. But if you are like, no, I really want to sign up right now, or I really want more information right now, then I'm always active in my TikTok and Instagram DMs, and so I usually go on there after hours and I'll let you know what that link is. Okay, I'm going to read some of these questions, and I promise I'm going to get into my list and read off who's next so that you guys aren't waiting for too long. But we're very active in the chat today. I love this kind of energy. Maybe I should go on around this time more often because I love the kind of questions that you guys are asking. Thank you so much. You've helped me so much tonight and before as well. I'm very, very happy for that, Jillian. Thanks so much for signing up for a one-on-one. Appreciate you. Just curious, what are your beliefs about the afterlife? So many, too many to talk about quickly for you. Maybe one day I'll do a little afterlife, but it's always changing as well. The more that I learn, the more that I educate myself, the more that I connect to my intuition, so many things change. But maybe I'll give you a little rundown if I feel like I have enough time after the end of this live stream or something like that, or maybe in a video, because people have asked me that before, and I get it. That's a really good question to ask someone who connects a lot to others, and I have connected to people who have passed as well. So, but yeah, my opinions and thoughts and beliefs are always changing for sure. Which chakra are your wisdom teeth connected to? I get sensory reactions in the last two hand movements. Throat. Anything, you always want to think about what is the closest. So your throat is going to be the closest energy center. However, we do have hundreds and thousands of chakras, and so there's probably ones in that area specifically, but typically in New Age or modern day spirituality, we don't really talk about all hundred thousands of them. We only talk about the main 7, so I would say throat. But left and right side also mean something as well. So your left side's going to be that feminine energy, right side's going to be masculine energy. So you guys who are relaxing during other people's Reiki sessions, the whole entire live stream in essence is going to be very relaxing and gives healing vibes. But when I am giving personal Reiki healing sessions, the Reiki is just going to that one person. You're not going to get any of the Reiki I'm sending to them. It just goes straight to them. But because of the music, because I always put Reiki on the camera before I start, you are experiencing a little bit of healing, but it's not the healing energy that I'm giving directly to them. And if you're keeping up with the breath work, you're already doing the healing by yourself. If you're placing your hands in certain areas while I'm doing that as well, you're actually kind of healing yourself, and I'm helping you facilitate that process. Wow, so many questions. I want to get to these, so let me go ahead and make sure that I'm prioritizing those who are waiting on me, and then we'll have some more time to answer questions. So let's see who I have. We have Mackenzie. After Mackenzie, we have Krista. After Krista, we have Kelly. So let's get it on and poppin'. If you guys have asked me questions or made comments and I did not address them, I promise you I'm not ignoring you. Don't spam me, but you can also bump them onto the bottom. Typically when I'm done with someone's energy healing, I'll have a little gap where I chit chat with you and get on to the next, because I don't want to keep my people waiting. But if it's something that you really need to know and you don't want me to forget about it, just DM me what that question or comment was. Okay, beautiful. So we have Mackenzie. Mackenzie, if you're still here, nice to see you again. So relationship problems and health. When was the last time, Mackenzie, you got another mini healing session? Was it recently, or am I thinking of another Mackenzie? I could have sworn it was you, but if it was you, I'm trying to figure out if it was the same. It was in August. Oh, so it was a while ago. It was a while ago. Okay, so it was another Mackenzie then. So some relationship issues and then things with health. Did you want to share at all what the health issue was? It's okay if you want to keep it private, but if you want to get more specific with it or target it to a certain area, that's great too, so that we can just kind of go right there with it. But I'll wait for your response just in case. And the chat is on a delay, so if you like posted whatever it is that you wanted to say and it's taking me a second to read it, it's just because it's not always aligned. And I may just even get started with you if it's going to take a second. So I'm going to wait for that. Oh, there you are. I was in a car accident at the end of August. No. And had back problems since. Okay, we can definitely get to the bottom of that. So let's go ahead and have you, Mackenzie, tap in. Consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, immediately I was already feeling something. Is it more mid-back, like under the shoulder blades, like hard to reach when you're trying to scratch yourself area? And are you still feeling the stiffness from it? I almost feel like sharp pain, stiffness. I also feel a lot of shortness of breath as well. Does it impact you when you're trying to take deep breaths? Also, it could be, what I'm sensing is the seatbelt. If you like really ran into the seatbelt, I had the same thing happen when I was in a car accident where my sternum still cracks to this day. Love that. But I'm not sure if what I'm sensing is like the seatbelt thing. Maybe it's both, or it's, I'm not sure again, but it kind of feels like it's radiating from that mid back section, like right underneath the shoulder blades, kind of more so top to mid. But that was just the first instinct that I had for you. There's actually a lot going on in the heart space as well. I feel like whatever you're going through, you said relationship stuff, didn't you? Relationship stuff is happening with that. What I can tell is that the two are a little bit correlated for you. So what I can sense is that the back pain could be radiating to the chest right now, or the chest. You said lower back and stiffness, but the shortness of breath is probably my anxiety from the relationship. Okay. I'm sensing that they're getting a little bit more combined. What happens when we're going through something that's triggering us right now, it actually makes our past physical pain start to hurt again. And I'm almost sensing that's kind of the case for you. And so, yeah, I was feeling a lot of stuff kind of come up in the heart space. So we're going to focus on that first. Make sure that your feet are planted, you're sitting up straight, you're breathing in deep, and just allow yourself to really relax all the muscles of the face, all the muscles of the body. I'm going to start with some of that heart healing first. I almost sense like, you know that feeling when you have like a frog in your throat? I almost sense that for you. So whatever relationship issues that you're going through, you may have just recently released through tears, or maybe you have been trying to kind of fight back tears a little bit. Maybe you also feel a little silenced, but I'm experiencing a lot of like release on your behalf. So if you are kind of holding back those tears, if you are not vocalizing your part, if you don't feel heard, if you don't know how to communicate anything in that realm, I sense it's really impacting your throat space too. So we're just going to focus in on the heart and the throat for right now. We'll get into some pain relief for the lower back. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of stuff. I would actually suggest that you start to really cleanse your energy more and focus really on energy purging. Something that you can help do, this is what I teach my one-on-one clients, but something that I can help you do is to purge your energy by using a mudra. This mudra is called the Shakti mudra. And when you place it on one of your energy centers, it really helps to purge once you are doing it correctly and consistently. So I'm going to actually have you purge right now, because I feel like it is just to the extent where it's that much. I don't normally do this on my live streams. Again, it's typically what I do for my one-on-one clients, but I did make a little video of it on my TikTok a couple years back. So I'm going to have you put your hands into Shakti Mudra and put it right around your heart space and really allow yourself to, with your breath, infuse all the energy that you prefer, so you can tap into your higher self in this moment, tap into source energy, tap into the energy of your spiritual team, and really infuse that with your inhales, and on your exhales just purge all the gunk out. Purge all the gunk out. Purge it all out. We're going to have you do 5 breaths like that. So inhale, you can even imagine white light kind of coming in, and then as you exhale, you may start to see different things kind of come out from your hands. Typically it's like muddy, brownish, grayish, sometimes even black energy. You might not even visualize anything at all, but just allow yourself to kind of purge as we're doing this. Good, keep breathing. Good. That definitely is still something. I know that you're wrapping up your breaths here, but that's definitely still something that you're going to want to make sure that you're doing the following days after this live stream, Mackenzie, just to kind of help you release a lot of stuff that you may not feel comfortable releasing in any other capacity. Maybe you're not trying to tell your friends or your family or your coworkers your business with your relationship problems, and maybe that's why you're feeling a little bit silenced or unheard. Maybe you are trying to communicate to the best of your ability with your partner, and maybe they cannot share that kind of expression with you or understanding with you. Whatever it is, there is a lot that needs to be released. And I also feel like it's not just coming from the relationship issues that you're experiencing right now. You may be feeling very triggered from past relationship conversations or situations that are similar to this one and are reminding you of the other. But again, also with the combination of the stiffness in general, I can tell it's like radiating upwards or something, at least energetically, if not physically. I'm going to go ahead and put some Reiki symbols on the heart space to help you out there. For you, a combination of earth cleansing, water cleansing, and fire cleansing is going to be super helpful. You honestly might want to just go for all 5, which would, the other 2 would be spirit and air. Spirit is kind of something that we're doing right now with like the purging, and you can release your hands when you're done with your breaths. But at least to start you off, I can definitely recommend the earth, the water, and the fire. I'm just going down to your lower back at this time, helping alleviate some things here, so you can just relax your hands, let them lay right on top of your thighs or your lap. You can do the same kind of process, inhaling down to your lower back or the area of pain, and exhaling that pain, allowing yourself to find relief, to relax those muscles. I really do feel, Mackenzie, like you need some sort of retreat. Like, I don't know what it is, but whatever situation you're going through is impacting you so much that I literally feel it so physically in your body. And so energy cleansing is going to help, which I already said, but if you can find a day or two to just go on a retreat or just, you know, have some girl time or whatever it is. I'm not sure if you've been feeling isolated lately or what, or if you do or do not have a support system, but it's really time to just kind of relish in people's love for you, to just help you get through this. Even if it's not as big of a situation as I'm sensing, it's taking a very big physical toll on you regardless. And so just allowing yourself to be surrounded by those who love and support you. Take some time where you're not really focused on that situation or you're not focused on a lot of work. That could really, really help at this time because you need it. Good. I'm placing some Reiki symbols on the lower back to help alleviate you at this time even more. Beautiful. All right, Mackenzie. So that's all that I have for you today. Thanks so much for trusting me with your energy. Definitely either a one-on-one Reiki session, or if you're ready to work together one-on-one in a self-paced program where at your own time and your own schedule, you can go ahead and watch the modules and then go ahead and implement the practices. That would be Beyond Balance for you. Now, if you are in a situation where you're really needing a lot of relationship healing, then I would suggest maybe my Unblocked program, which is my more extensive program. But if you're not ready to really heal the relationship with yourself in that way, where it's like a 3-month, like me and you back to back, let's do Reiki, let's get those mindset perspective shifts like in order, let's release those limiting beliefs. If you're not ready for all of that, then I would say Beyond Balance. It still hits emotional stuff. It still hits relationship stuff to some degree, but it could really help you alleviate some of the pain that you're going through energetically and physically from that physical impact that you're experiencing in your lower back. I think it's time that you really kind of assess that more in an energy healing way, as well as if, I'm not sure if you're doing like physical therapy or if you're doing anything else, just stretching or just doing like a heating pad, but I think that you need more on the energetic level, because even though you go through something very physical, it really radiates throughout your whole entire energetic body, and I can tell that the energetic body is almost still untouched or unhealed when it comes to the lower back pain. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to leave you all those resources in an email afterwards. But again, thanks so much for allowing me to trust, or thanks for trusting me and allowing me to tap into your energy. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. Beautiful. Yes, I do have a lot of different spam accounts and people who are trying to impersonate me. It sucks. I hate it. But please don't fall into their traps. Please do not send random people your money. I gotta fix my eyelash. Please just report and block as you see fit. It's very important, but TikTok won't do anything on my behalf. So we gotta do it, just us. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and tap into our next person. That felt so relaxing. Thank you. Look forward to the email. Beautiful. Okay, let me see who is next here. Krista, if you're still here, then we have Kelly, then we have Amy. That is the list right now. Thank you for being patient as well, you guys. If you have to hop off the live stream, I'm still going to be doing your session on the live, but you can look forward to the email afterwards, and it's going to be a replay of the whole entire live stream, including your sessions, with a timestamp that lets you know when your session is. So even if you guys have to log off of the live stream, know that your healing is going to be sent to you. Kelly, how do we get on the list? Go to the link in my profile and then click live Reiki healing session. Let me know what your area of concern is. Yes. So Krista. So challenges, you just said general, so we'll just do a little bit of maintenance on you, see what's going on here. Let me grab a sip of water first. All right, Krista. So I'm gonna have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Interesting. So first thing that I'm seeing for you is a little different. I see like wood, or like the energy of wood. This honestly is kind of taking me a couple different ways. I'm not sure if you're someone who works with your hands a lot, or if you've ever like worked with wood, carving wood, or have wood around you a lot, or maybe like a little bit more of that rustic scene. Maybe you have a cabin trip booked, or maybe you are just around a lot of trees, or you're in need of being around a lot of trees. But I definitely see just the energy of wood around you. Could even be like the sandalwood smell, or maybe you're someone who lives in a household with a lot of like wooden knickknacks. I really don't know what that could specifically mean for you in terms of how much you're around that energy, but there's something very like comforting about that energy, I feel. So even if that is having like a bonfire and having, you know, that experience around flaming wood, things like that, I definitely see that could be beneficial to you in some sort of way. But wood also still always reminds me of trees, and whenever I see trees, I think of just like educating yourself a little bit more. Of course, I think of spending time in nature, but I think of educating yourself a little bit more. It reminds me of like the tree of knowledge. Reminds me of just allowing yourself to be more experienced with something specific. And so if I'm tapping a little bit more, I think that there's something, I'm not sure if you're studying, I'm not sure if you're in school, I'm not sure if you got a new job and you're having to like learn a whole bunch of new things for that one job, or it gives a little bit more school and career. So in terms of research of maybe you're in marketing, or you're trying to market your business more, things like that, I can tell that it's time for you to really digest information, but from very credible sources. So I'm not sure, your spirit guides are kind of telling me that whatever research you have right now may be a little bit more on like the internet, maybe a little bit more from like people that you watch on YouTube, but getting like that concrete information. Maybe it's time for you to get certified in something, and that's why I'm sensing this for you as well. But your spirit guides are letting me know that getting cited sources, getting your hands on a book, you said, oh, that's interesting for the concrete stuff. Getting your hands on like a book, like a physical book, going to the library, talking to people one-on-one, networking one-on-one, getting that information from them. That's what I'm sensing for you. And so that was just a little message from spirit that kind of came through. I don't know why your spirit guides are being very visual today. I'm also seeing cherries. So cherries are really good for inflammation. So if you're experiencing a lot of inflammation, maybe it's time to eat more cherries. I'm not here to tell you what to eat, but it reminds me of some inflammation where when you're eating a lot of those like red berries or like those fruits, that could really help with inflammation in the body. Let me see if there's anything else for you as well. In terms of messages, no. So I'm going to tap into your energy centers, see what's happening here for you. Some third eye stuff and root stuff. Like your third eye just pointed me directly to your root. So what I can sense for you is like your next steps moving forward. Two different things. I feel like you're almost confident in what next step to take in your life, but also equally not as confident and not assured. You almost give me Gemini vibes. I'm not sure if you're a Gemini or have a Gemini placement, but it's like there's a version of you that is like, just make that decision, just move forward, just go about doing this one thing, and you're gonna find your path, you're gonna find your way, everything's gonna be good, just have confidence. And then there's like another aspect of you that is like, I am so scared of making the wrong decision when it comes to something that's rather important for you, but I feel like it's like near, like it's near future plans for you that you're kind of like, and it's not that you're like one step in or 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's different than that for you. It's that you are just really almost unsure of how things are going to play out in the future. And that's almost giving me Virgo energy. Sometimes Virgos take a while to make a decision because they're really trying to assess the different possibilities and the different outcomes. And for you, because we have some issues going on with the third eye, it's almost like it's been feeling impossible for you to have a surefire understanding of what the future holds for you. So you're a little bit too stuck in the future and what's to come. He said, I'm a big old Capricorn, Capricorn stellium. So with that too, that earth sign energy and earth sign gang, because I'm a Taurus, that earth sign energy, sometimes it takes a while for us to move forward. We can be very set in our own ways. We can be very connected to like the present moment and being almost maybe complacent with how things are, because we work so hard to get to a certain point, and then when we're at this point we don't like to move or budge, and it's almost like the universe is telling you it's time to move or budge, and you're just like, but what is the next step? Like you feel it coming for you, but it's just still something that you can't see it. It's almost like you're having issues like visualizing at this time what's next for you. Something that could actually help you would be getting a tarot session to see what spirit has to say about the future, if they're going to let us know anything about the future, or to help you feel more concrete in making those decisions, to where you can kind of get back to the present moment and not be so fixated on what's to come or what's going to happen if you do a certain thing or not. So we're going to have you continue to breathe. I'm working on the third eye right now, and then we'll get to the root in just a moment so that you can feel stable no matter what happens. I would say that grounding your energy, super important, skin to earth contact, but also the element of air for you, because air elements, it's literally the direct opposite of the earth element. It really helps you in unpredictable times feel solid no matter where you are, and have balance no matter where you are. So if there is crazy change, quick change, again, things that are unpredictable, you are just light on your feet. You're able to maneuver with it. And so getting into more air cleansing for you is very, very helpful. With that, I would say whenever it's a windy day, going outside, letting the air kind of hit you around, smack you around a little bit. A bike ride could be very good for you too. Something that I personally like to do is go on roller coasters. Not saying that that's like what you need to do to like heal yourself, but if you ever find yourself at an amusement park, tapping into the element of the air and feeling that rush and having it hit your skin is so good for clearing energy. It's like amazing. That's typically what I do when I go to those amusement parks. But for you, if again it's a bike ride, if it's just going out and getting hit by a lot of that wind, air is also used for cleansing in the form of sound. So some singing bowls, some chimes, some tuning forks, some rattles, some drums. Those are all going to be good for cleansing you as well. Beautiful. Keep breathing in and out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very good. Focus on the root now. So for grounding, skin to earth contact, at least 20 minutes a day, preferably twice a day if you can. So right after you wake up, right before you go to bed, or maybe right after work, or when you're kind of done with your day and you're about to relax, doing a little bit of grounding then too can really help you connect with the present moment, feel secure, feel certain, and that will also help alleviate any sort of imbalances going on in your third eye. Writing some Reiki symbols here. I honestly feel that your root is not too far out of balance, which is great. I don't often come across that unless someone's been grounding very, very often. But for you, it's actually not too far off balance. We just need a little bit more of a connection. Very good. Take in 2 more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful. All right, Krista. So that's all that I have for you today. I would honestly suggest that if you are kind of thinking about what's to come for you in the future, the next best step may be a tarot and oracle reading with me. And if not a tarot and oracle reading, and you're looking for something a little bit more extensive where you get to really apply and implement different tools and techniques and skills to your everyday life to kind of really help you do an energetic tune-up, really help you become more confident in the next steps to come, or just heal yourself overall, because I know you just had like a general area of concern, then that's going to be the Beyond Balance program. So again, my two suggestions are Beyond Balance and even maybe a tarot and oracle reading, just so we can get some more insights from your spirit guides. They were showing us a lot today in terms of visuals, so I'm sure they have a lot more to say when we get some cards down on the table. But that's what I have for you. So thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. And if I haven't already, I'm gonna go ahead and close you out. Beautiful. Okay, so let's see who's next here. We have Kelly, we have Amy. Getting to you guys right away. After Amy, we have Brenda. Brenda. Okay. Kelly, I love your submission. You said health, wealth, and relationships in that order. Love it. Okay, Kelly, so let's go ahead and tap into your energy. Let's go ahead and see what's going on when it comes to health, wealth, and relationships. Let's see what we can pick out. So I'm gonna have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. A lot of throat energy, some heart energy, some solar plexus energy. Heavy on the throat. What's going on with the throat? Overactive throat. I'm not sure if you're even experiencing physical impacts, like if you just got over a cold where you had a sore throat, or you just use your throat a lot for whatever it is that you do, but I'm sensing it's very overactive. This could also mean that you're a little bit more of a chatty Cathy, where maybe you have kind of gotten yourself in trouble for speaking about a situation to the wrong person, or maybe you're known for like venting a lot, or something where you may be using your voice a little bit too much. Maybe it's time to be a little bit more reserved in terms of like what you're talking about. So like, let's say there's an issue going on at work and, you know, everyone's kind of spilling the tea on everybody, or there's a client that, you know, there's a situation with a client and maybe you're going to your parents or your other coworkers or your spouse or whoever it is that you have, and you're just kind of like rehashing that story over and over and over again, and it's just like, oh, maybe it's time to stop manifesting more of the same using your throat, because your throat is in an overactive state right now. Whatever it is that you are talking about, whatever it is that you are really dwelling on, you could be manifesting more of that just because you're using your throat to affirm more. So just be mindful with what you're saying and who you're saying it to. You said definitely talk a lot, but I also have terrible postnasal drip and I can't find a fix for it. Okay, that could have been some of the irritation that I was sensing, because it definitely felt like a tingle in the throat. So we'll help alleviate some of that as well. I would say for postnasal drip, something that I use a lot for like mucus is an egg cleanse. And so I do have an egg cleanse video that I made maybe 2 years ago. It's not too far down on my TikTok page. If I remember, I will do my best to remember to link it in your email. But if you want to watch that before the email gets sent out to you, then you can scroll down on my page and hit egg cleanse. And that'll show you how to cleanse yourself using an egg, and that really helps alleviate excess mucus in the body. Very good. Just bringing that more into balance. Okay, so then I felt some stuff going on in the heart space. I'm not sure if you're looking to attract new relationships, but I do sense a bit of a heart wall here for you. Heart walls are kind of normal. But we do want to make sure that if you are trying to attract new relationships in your life, if you're trying to attract new clients, if you're trying to heal the relationship with a family member, or even the relationship you have with yourself. Oh, it's a grudge. Who are you holding a grudge with? I'm sensing like sister or mom. There could be something going on with there, and it doesn't have to be something recent. But I'm sensing almost a little bit of a grudge with either your sister or your mom, if you have a sister. And again, I don't feel like it's necessarily very recent, but maybe like those home visits, or maybe like on the phone calls, you're still kind of holding on to that kind of resentment and still lashing out from that place. And so I'll try to help soothe that as much as I can, but if you're holding on to that grudge, you have to be the one to like let it go. So letting things go, allowing yourself to accept where the relationship is now, even if it's not with your mom or your sister, even though I'm feeling a tie to that feminine energy, but even if it's just a grudge that you may be holding on to like of someone else's, or from someone else for someone else, it's definitely time to kind of accept where the relationship is now, have a little bit of closure from that time, and allow yourself to let go, because it's really hindering you emotionally from, and I understand too, let me say this, I understand why we may have those grudges, why we may have those heart walls. It's a form of protection, but you are hindering yourself in your ability to receive compassion, receive generosity, to give compassion, generosity, to find trust and feel trust for someone. It hinders all the things that the heart space is capable of providing and doing for us. So we want to make sure that if you have been like lashing out a little bit on someone who doesn't really deserve it in the present moment, or you just find yourself ruminating on some situation that someone did to hurt you, it's really time to let bygones be bygones, and just forgive your former self for the choices that you made at that time, for not being able to see certain things, if you were blinded to certain things. Just forgive yourself a little bit more and find forgiveness for that version of that person as well, even if you're just having closure through a higher self perspective. Very good. Keep breathing in and out for me. Solar plexus. Nothing crazy here, but just a little bit of self-esteem stuff going on. Like a lack of self-esteem, a little bit of lack of confidence, a lack of self-assurance. It's almost bleeding into the sacral as well. So relationship-wise, I can definitely see the heart, solar plexus, and the sacral impacting relationships in not the best way. Not to say that your relationships are bad right now, but maybe when you're being vulnerable or intimate with someone, it's a little bit more challenging for you to do so, or to open up, or for you to feel like someone's like really truly actually there with you on the same page. Maybe you are someone who deals with issues with emotional permanence, where, you know, the second that someone's not in the same room with you, you're like, oh, do they hate me? Or like, do they not like me? Or, you know, it's like someone could be happy to you in your face, but then the second that they leave, you're like, are they really still okay with me, or like not? And so that's what I'm sensing, a little bit of that emotional insecurity. I'm gonna have you take in 5 more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Know too that even though I mentioned a lot about relationships for you today, we still have a relationship with money. And so those same areas that are being impacted, that I was corresponding and correlating to your relationships personally, that still impacts your relationship with money as well. So the same ability to receive or give money, you know, giving money, spending money with ease and comfort, knowing that it's going to come back, allowing yourself to receive a certain amount of money that you're wanting, same thing. Health-wise, just allowing yourself to keep your energy cleansed. You should be good. I'm not sure if you have a very specific health issue, I think you would have told me that if you did, but in general, the more that you're cleansing your energy, the more that you're strengthening your energetic field, the stronger your immune system gets as well to fight off anything that it needs to fight off. Good. I think you should be done with your 5 breaths at this time, so I'm going to go ahead and close you out. For you, Kelly, following steps, probably a one-on-one Reiki session. If you like the healing energy that we did today and you want to learn how to do a little bit of healing on your own, then I would suggest the Beyond Balance program. So I'll still give you that information. I know that we talked about an egg cleanse, so again, I will do my best to remember that. Sometimes I get in the mode where I'm just like, okay, yes, let's send this, and blah, blah, and I get so excited and trigger happy with the emails that sometimes I forget links. I promise I will do my best to not forget that, but again, you can still find it on my TikTok. But yeah, if you are trying to be more proactive about your healing journey, Beyond Balance is going to be the one for you. If not that, then a one-on-one for some maintenance can help you out. We tried to hit a lot of different things today in just the little bit of time that we had. So if there is a specific situation that you're going through in health, wealth, or relationships that you wanted to hit on the head, then we can do that through a one-on-one. So thanks so much for trusting me in the process. I'm pretty sure I closed you out already, but just in case. And it's not that you guys are open again. Someone was like, did you close me out? And I was like, oh, like I say that, but I mean like I'm closing the session. Like not that you're like open and you're gonna stay open. I'm the one who taps in and then I see my way out. Okay, beautiful. So we have a couple more here today. We really have a lot of back-to-backs. Okay, so let's see. So we just had Kelly, then we have Amy, then we have another Kelly, and then we have Brenda, and then we have Jovelyn. Please tell me if I'm saying that name correctly or incorrectly. So I'm gonna get through as many of these as I possibly can on the actual live stream. If I feel that energetically I'm not at my 100% maximum where I'm able to service you to the best capacity, I will just send a pre-recorded video and send it to you as soon as possible. So don't feel bad if I'm not able to get to you on the live, or if you are wanting a Reiki healing session, but you're after Jovelyn and you're like, well, you know, should I still get it? Definitely still get it, because I spend a lot of time with you guys either way, even if it's pre-recorded, so that you're just like not missing out and you can have the insights that you want as soon as possible for you. But I always make sure that I'm energetically at my prime when I'm giving these sessions, so I'm not giving you guys like 2-minute Reiki healing sessions at the end of it because you guys were the last on the live stream. That's not fair whatsoever. But with all that being said, let me go ahead. Who are we on to next? Amy, correct? Amy, if you're still here, let us know. And then for you, it's family and health. Hi, Amy. So if there is anything specific going on with you in family and health, you can feel free to let me know what that is in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and tap in, and as I'm tapping in, if you're still typing, that's totally fine. But I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blocked third eye. Crown is in an interesting space. Overactive crown, blocked third eye. So you could really have been trying to get some information, some access to your spirit guides or your intuition, or maybe you've just been praying, asking for help, and you haven't been able to like fully receive it. Maybe you're even seeing some synchronicities outside of you in life, and you're like, what does the synchronicity mean? Like, I never really understand what, you know, the universe is trying to tell me. Like, you're asking for signs and you can't see them. I sense almost that kind of energy, but I do also sense a little bit of you getting stuck in your head a little bit too much. And it's really time to kind of get back into your body, get back into your emotional body, get back into your physical body, and be right here, right now in the present moment. I also sense that you may be someone who can isolate yourself when you get a little bit overwhelmed, and you just start to kind of like push people away like very quickly out of nowhere. And that's just because, again, like when you're spending so much time in your head, you could have a lot of overstimulated energy and then feel your need to just like tap all the way out. So I can see how that would impact your relationships, maybe in family. Maybe you're someone who like, okay, I'm a dip, and like not tell anyone that you're not gonna keep in contact with them for a long time. But with that being said, I'm gonna go see what else is in your energetic system right now. Honestly, it's mostly those two, but I also sense something going on in the sacral. So I'm going to actually start from top to bottom with you. So keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Trying to balance out that crown as much as possible so it's not feeling too overactive. You always feel your head tingling. Okay, got you. Is there anything specific, Amy, with your family that you're wanting to share? And if not, that's totally fine. Okay, got you. So that is definitely something that's on your mind a lot, I imagine. In the future, Amy, if you ever want me to send some healing to your mom, we can also do that for one of your little mini sessions, if you prefer. Very good. Placing a Reiki symbol on here for you, just to keep that area balanced, to allow yourself to ease up on the mental stimulation. Definitely time. I know I said it before, but your spirit guides really want me to get this message in for you. Stay present. Stay as present as you possibly can. Take on the challenges that are presented to you right here, right now. Don't worry or manifest or dwell upon future issues that aren't even real or don't even exist yet. Just allowing yourself to just take it day by day, one step at a time. I know that's very like cliche advice, but it's so needed for you, and I'm having a ringing in my ear, so they're like, no, she has to hear it. I'm like, okay. But really get into your physical body. You need more time like that. I'm not sure if you're someone who kind of distracts yourself with a lot of technology or screens or TV, TikTok, whatever it is. Even sometimes reading books. Reading books is like on the lesser end of it, but like if you don't have any time where you're just sitting in your own head, sitting with your own silence, allowing yourself to just kind of work on a craft in real time without really anything else going on around you. Like, when's the last time you've been in a flow state? You know, when's the last time you allowed yourself to kind of craft or express yourself, dance, and, you know, have no thought or care in the world, really? It's time to have more experiences like that. Breathe in 2 times here. We're focused on the blockage in the third eye. Very good. breathing. Yes, too much energy going on up there. So for that, grounding is going to be important, which you've probably heard me talk about 5 million times already. But skin to earth contact every single day. For you, I would say at least 30 minutes twice a day if you can. Try to just aim for 30 minutes once a day if you're just easing into it. And then the more often you can just get yourself into nature, the more often you can kind of take your shoes off, stand in some grass or some dirt or some mud, whatever it is. No concrete, no sand, like actual earth. I'm almost feeling like staticky energy in the sacral. I'm trying to tap in, see what your spirit guides are trying to let me know about that. So static, electric, fire energy. So to have fire energy in a place where we hold a lot of water doesn't fit. Those are exact opposites. So using a little bit more water to kind of cool down whatever's going on in the sacral will definitely help you. So are we in a new moon right now? If anyone in the chat can let us know if we're in a new moon right now. I think a new moon was coming up if it's not today. But creating some moon water is going to be very beneficial for you, and you can just program that moon water to release, to heal, to alchemize, to balance your sacral, to really balance your whole entire body if you want to. And then once you have that moon water made, you can put it into a bath, you can drink it, you can put it into your cooking, I guess cooking water, maybe make some pasta, boil that water. Okay. Everyone's telling me tonight is the new moon in Taurus, so definitely make some moon water today. And you can make this moon water today and the next 3 days after. So you have some time. I would say make it every single day unless you get a big jug of water. Then you can just have that jug and use it for the remainder of the time until it's done. You can even just put some on your hands, place it on your sacral, and so right below your navel, pretty much on your ovaries, and just allow yourself to kind of allow that flow to happen, release emotions that need to be released, or again, just drink it with the intention of it healing you. Beautiful. Great. Amy, go ahead and take 2 more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close you out. The suggestions that I have, definitely moon water for tonight for sure. I would say just the protect your energy video in general. I'll send that to you in an email. I also have it linked in my bio for you. I would say in the future, again, for you, we're kind of in between. We could do a Beyond Balance, or we could do another like one-on-one, but have it be a full hour-long session, so we have more time to work with one another, to really just make sure that you're getting more into your physical body, you're getting more grounded, you're allowing yourself to really focus on the here and the now, and kind of get out of that mental energy, because that mental energy is just consuming you. It's becoming a little bit too much, and because it's blocking your third eye, it could really mean that you're manifesting more of the same kind of worries and fears and illusions, and not allowing yourself to embrace what's here and now. You said thank you, that was very accurate. Okay, good. So again, those recommendations are going to be sent to you in an email afterwards. Thanks so much for trusting me with tapping into your energy and doing your healing today. Close that all out. Okay, beautiful. We have a new moon in Taurus. I gotta make some moon water tonight. Okay. Let's see who else we had after Amy. Kelly, if you're still here, Kelly J. Does it matter what kind of jug bottle you keep the moon water in? Glass. Glass, and preferably with a lid. Kelly, let us know if you're still here. And if not, that's fine. We're still going to get into your session. But for Kelly, we had burnout and exhaustion. So yeah, you're here. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and get into your Reiki energy. And then just for my behalf, this ring light is a little bit too bright, so we're going to change the light just a little bit. Well, it didn't impact it too much, but it helps me. It's like searing into my eyeballs. Okay, so burnout and exhaustion. Kelly, I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna pretty much do a really nice like wash for you, so to speak, a good like energy cleansing wash to kind of strip away some of the debris that we have going on in the energetic field as a whole. So whenever we're going through burnout and exhaustion, that can really impact almost every single one of our energy centers, and I'm sensing that for you today, because once we have that exhaustion, man, it really just, the whole entire energetic system becomes impacted with that very, very easily. So we're going to do just a good wash over your whole entire energetic field. So this is using Reiki and spiritual energy, but again, you probably have heard from the other healing sessions that we've done, you are also able to use other elements as well. So you have the option to use earth, fire, water, air, and spirit. Let me see if there's something very specific. Water is what your spirit guides are saying. Fire is what they're saying. Almost you can get away with any and all of them. And you can use the different elements depending on what it is that you're going through. So sometimes if you want to go through a really good, nice emotional release, water can be good. If you need to break apart a lot of energy, fire is going to be good. If you're needing to just kind of feel grounded in the present moment, detox, earth is good. Air is really awesome as well to just kind of sweep away a lot of the energetic debris that could be on us. And then right now, of course, we're doing more of that spiritual one. I'm not sure why I'm seeing a motorcycle for you, but maybe something about like a joyride. So this could maybe mean like a road trip could be coming up for you, or maybe it's time for you to have a little bit of a getaway, a little bit of a staycation even, where you just go visit a neighboring town or a city and have just a little bit of a fun trip to alleviate you from the routine that you have that is burning you out and causing you some exhaustion. I will say as well for you, I already have a recommendation and a resource. It's going to be the Beyond Balance program, and that's because I specifically go over the rules to releasing and decompressing stress, anxiety, burnout, and exhaustion from every single one of your energetic bodies. So there's a rule to releasing for the physical body, a rule to releasing for the emotional body, the mental body, and spiritual body. Now, if you're experiencing burnout and stress and exhaustion, and you're only releasing from, let's say, the physical body, you're not taking into consideration that your emotional body is still probably revved up, or your mental body is still probably revved up and spiraling. So that's why when you have like a long day of work and then you come home and you kick up your feet and you watch TikTok, the next day you still have like a massive energy hangover, and you're like, well, all I did was work. I didn't, stress myself too much physically. That could be the case, but you also didn't do anything to release that. So you were just getting all pent up during work or whatever it is that you do during the day, and then at the end of the day you did nothing to release that maybe you go to sleep, sometimes you don't even get a full rest, and then the next day you're starting over again, but you have all of yesterday's energy still on you. So that's why it is important to energy cleanse, but it's also important to make sure that you know the rules to releasing, so that when you're feeling a little bit pent up in one of those energy bodies, you know exactly what to do to decompress that and get back to a state of peace and balance within your being. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm going to have you do 4 of those. Good. I'm going to put some Reiki symbols just on all 7 of the energy centers quickly to just help maintain the healing that we're doing today. Now, I will say for you, if you're going to go and wake up tomorrow and do the same exact things without any of the additional tips or resources that I'm giving you, this energy healing is not going to last very long within your being. So if you want to extend the longevity of the healing that we're doing today, really make sure that you're at least doing 1 of the energy cleanses and consistently. But again, for you to be able to cultivate a different routine and regimen is what I'm sensing is going to be the most beneficial for you. So that would be, again, adhering to the Beyond Balance program and everything that is in there, so that you can really just take on life in a peaceful way, in a calm way, with a regulated nervous system, without you getting too tripped up about, you know, the chaos and external factors that you could experience in work and life in general. Very good. Take 1 more deep breath for me. And out. Beautiful. All right, my dear. So that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm going to go ahead and close you out. Yeah, definitely make some moon water today, Cully, for sure. Now that the moon is already out. You're very welcome. Okay, who do we have? Beautiful. So we have Brenda. Brenda, if you're still here, let us know. Okay, so Brenda, I'm 51, empty nester, completely alone. Boo, I hate that feeling. I understand that for you. Resonate. Let me go back. Okay. Feeling like you have no energy. You quit your job last month. Okay. Okay, and then you feel like you have to get another job, obviously, within the next 2 weeks. And then also that either you do currently work from home and you want to keep it a work from home, or now you want to transition to a work from home job. Okay, so we have a couple different things going on for you. Let's definitely make sure that you're feeling at your absolute best after this session as much as we possibly can with the time that we have. You're like, hi, I'm here. Okay, beautiful. So thanks so much for sharing all of that. We're going to tap into your energy right now and really kind of do a tune-up, see what's going on with you, and help you with these manifestations that you have going on. So if there's certain aspects of your energy that need to be activated, we'll go ahead and activate them. Already what I can sense for you is in the near future, if you really love the work that we're doing here together and you're feeling a lot better, one of the best programs that I have for you is going to be the Unblocked program. So this whole live stream, I've been talking a lot about Beyond Balance. Love Beyond Balance. It's one of my signature programs, but the Unblocked program is going to be something that I feel suits you a little bit more, just based off of what you're saying, because it goes over more of that relationship that you have with yourself. It's going to really help you feel a lot less lonely and a lot less alone. It's going to help you attract new relationships, but also when you're working on the relationship that you have with yourself, everything else in life really starts to flow for you much better, because the relationship that you have with yourself sets the standard for every other relationship you have in your life too. And so again, when you are thinking even about getting into a different job and you're wanting that job to be very harmonious, you want your clients to be, in balance with you, on the same page with you, you want your coworkers or your employers to like also be on the same page with you, and you guys are really having albeit a professional relationship, still a really good and healthy and positive one too. So just keep that as a little seed to be planted in case you're really looking to change those relationship dynamics that you have in your life by focusing on the one that you have with yourself. That could really, really benefit you. So I just kind of went with that recommendation first before we got into the healing, because I feel like that's something that you could really benefit from. You said, I've always worked from home. Okay, beautiful. So fingers crossed. We're going to go ahead and tap into your energy now. I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Okay, there's some anxiety here, so we're going to actually focus in on that first. Water will help you so much, so for you as well, creating some moon water today really help you to kind of cool down, calm down, fully just kind of release all of the stuff. Because when we have anxiety, energetically and even physically, we can tense up and contract a lot, and that's just never comfy. And that also is not a good state of being to show the universe that we're in, because it also keeps us very closed off from our manifestations, from our blessings. And so we want to make sure that we're staying open. And so one way to really help with that is going to be through water cleansing. And of course, like I said before, but I'm going to mention it here again, having like a glass jar with some water, putting it out on your windowsill or even outside in the moonlight. You can pray to the moon. You can infuse that water with anything that you are looking for in terms of an intention. New moons are great for manifestations. So if you're looking to bring in a new job, if you're looking to bring in more companionship even in your life, this is going to be a perfect time for you to be able to do so. And then you'll take that water, bring it in the next morning, cook with it, drink that water, pour it into a bath. You can even put it into a little spray bottle and just kind of mist yourself regularly throughout the day for a quick little blast of that moon energy. Florida water also works really well. I'll suggest Florida water for you too, just because it's made with different essences that can really help cleanse you spiritually and keep you feeling more uplifted. Now, I'm not sure how, what's the word I'm looking for? How much of a relationship you have with your spirit guides. If you always talk to your spirit guides, if you've never talked to your spirit guides, it's definitely time to lean on them more at this time. Your spirit guides typically do come through and you can feel them a little bit more potently when you're going through major life changes or obstacles or pain points. So I already know that they're kind of hovering down on you a little bit closer than usual at this time for you to be able to manifest that new job and get into a different vibe, a different wavelength when it comes to how you see yourself in work and how you see yourself relationally in life. You said my brother died, I just talked to him. Okay, got you. So talking to your brother is definitely something that is helpful. I would say reaching out to your higher self as well. That's just your spirit version self, the one that's connected to that God energy, creator energy, universal or source energy. You speaking to your higher self can really help you feel a lot less lonely. It makes you feel so loved and so felt and seen and heard. And so it could really be time for you to develop a little bit more of a relationship with that that spirit version of you, and that really does help to make you feel that you have like companionship in life in a way that it's like they can never go away. Your higher self is always there with you because you are your higher self. You're connected with them eternally. I will do my best to remember to send you my Meet Your Spirit Guides video. And in that meditation, it's a guided meditation that walks you through the process. You can, of course, connect with your higher self or spiritual team without that video. But if it's kind of your first time or it's been a long time, that's a good starter video to help you out. For you too, I'm just doing like a general energetic cleanup. I'm not sensing anything too much. If anything, maybe the solar plexus at this time for you. But I'm just doing like a good energetic cleanup from head to toe for you. Keep breathing. I'm sensing a lot of energetic shifts for you happening right now, so that's very good. But overall, I'm sensing that your energy is very fire-like. So again, it must be like that kind of anxiety. It could just be some stress that's weighing on you and it's making you feel very like hot and heated, maybe even a little agitated. Maybe you're even carrying some resentment or anger or bitterness towards that situation that you had with your former job. And that could be what I'm sensing as well. So water will definitely help. That and grounding using the element of earth will definitely help you too. I'm going to actually take a moment here to tap into that solar plexus from what I was feeling. I'm going to have you take your hands, rub them together, blow into them 3 times, place them on your belly, and infuse yourself with all of the self-assurance, all of the confidence, all of the positivity. Give yourself your own healing energy. Recharge that battery pack. I'm just going to beam some Reiki at you for you to absorb. Very good. Placing a Reiki symbol on here as well to help you feel a bit more solid and empowered within yourself, to inspire a lot of strength within your being, enhancing your vitality, which also will enhance your magnetism, which is great for really bringing things in or allowing yourself to receive things. Beautiful. I'm going to have you take in 2 more deep breaths for me. Very good. All right, Brenda, that is all that I have for you at this time. Recommendations, again, like I said at the very beginning, are going to be the Unblocked program. When you're ready to move into that, it is more of an extensive program. If you're not yet ready to step into Unblocked, then Beyond Balance is going to be your best friend. I guarantee it for you. What else? And then just the cleansing. So I will send you as well. You can find it in the link in my bio if you want to, or you can wait until you have the email. But if you're ready for it, then all the information to create moon water, all the information to use water to cleanse yourself, and even using earth along with the other elements is going to be found in a video called Protect Your Energy. And so in that video, it says protect your energy using the 5 elements to cleanse. And again, that's found at the top of my page, and it can also be found in the email that I'm sending you afterwards. So if you choose to go that route, just know too that in the future, if you do decide to sign up for either Beyond Balance or Unblocked, that same video is going to be in there. That's why I always kind of recommend either or. If you're ready to just cleanse yourself, just use Protect Your Energy. If you're ready for more of an enhanced process and program, then skip that video because it's already in the other ones, in the other programs for you. But that's all I have. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and ask me what they are, and I'm happy to help you with that. But thanks so much for allowing me to work with you on your energy today, and hopefully you're feeling better. Let me know too how everything goes with the job. Loving bangs, but also not loving how they're making my eyelashes not stick to my lash. All right, so I think we have our last one for the live stream today. Jovelyn, if you're still here, also let me know if I'm saying your name correctly. If there's anyone else who would like an energy healing, then let me know. You can still sign up for one. I'm just going to be doing it off of the live stream, and I'll be sending it to you in a pre-recorded video afterwards. But definitely make sure that you're still taking advantage of it so that you can get that healing as soon as possible for whatever area of concern it is that you have in your health, your wealth, or even your relationships. Jovi, gotcha. Love that name. Okay, so you're like anything in general. Let's see what's going on with you, Jovi. I'm going to have you consent out loud in your head or even in the chat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, lots of overactivity in the crown and the third eye. With that being said though, I do sense that you could be very like a very highly sensitive person. So maybe sensitive to noises, sensitive to fragrances, sensitive to light, sensitive to just other people's energy. You could also be sensitive in the fact that you have a very high or enhanced level of intuition, where your intuition's always spot on. Maybe sometimes you can even hear what people are thinking to a certain extent, or have had that capability in the past. But I do sense that you're like, I sense your energetic antennas, if you will, out, like bing, almost to the point where it's like, and I know we all have this, but yours is just so sensitive. You're like, my mind is always racing. I feel like yours is so sensitive that someone will literally think of you and you'll call them and be like, oh, I was just thinking about you, but like so consistently, so consistently, or you're able to like answer someone's question without them having to ask it even, things like that. With that being said, that can get so overwhelming. And of course, like you're saying, your mind can get racing as well with that. And so in order for us to kind of calm down the mind and not be so mentally stimulated, it is time to protect your crown and protect those psychic and intuitive abilities that you do have. One of the best ways to do that, of course, is going to be grounding, which you've heard me talk about many times today. But what will also help is something called veiling. And veiling is when you get like a hat or a bandana, a piece of fabric, a head wrap, something like that, and you can energy cleanse it using like smoke, or you can spray some Florida water on it. You can even just pray upon it. You can put some crystals in there as well, and then just intend for it to protect your energy. And then you can wear it, and it's going to cover your third eye. It's going to cover your crown, and then you can wear that out when you're going to the supermarket. You can wear that really wherever, but specifically when you are going out, that could be very helpful for you not to just absorb so many people's energy and just have your sensitivities be a little bit more manageable for you. That is definitely going to help, but alongside cleansing your energy and grounding your energy. So let's go ahead and kind of work on that overactivity. Hopefully we can just have it feeling a little bit more normal, if you will, quote unquote. But I do sense, your intuitive capacity and capabilities, or even ability to like guess certain things. Maybe you're someone who, whenever they're like, guess what's in this jar, you've always been able to like predict it very well, or you just have like a general sense for those kinds of things. I feel like you're also very good at reading people as well. Be careful with that if you find yourself kind of reading into people a little bit too intensely, or maybe you've gotten that feedback from other people where they just feel like you are always like just staring them, you know, down. And it's not with your like actual eyes, but it's that you're like, you can always tell when your best friend is like going through something, or even when someone else, it doesn't have to be your best friend, someone that is a stranger that you're not even close to, you're like, I know exactly like what they're thinking or what they're feeling or what they're going through right now. I feel like you just have a very sharp intuition in that sense. But again, it can be very overwhelming for you. So just helping to reduce some of that overwhelm and overactivity. Okay, breathing in and out. Very good. Definitely veiling, definitely grounding. I'm going to see if there's anything else going on with your energy. Some stuff in the heart space, nothing too crazy, but if it's been a long time since you've tapped into the heart or your emotional body, there are some messages there for you. Just like there are messages of intuition that can sometimes pop into your head, messages of intuition come from the heart space as well, sometimes even more so. And so it's very important to make sure that you are understanding what those messages are, you're learning the lessons or the messages that they're trying to tell you, your emotional body, your emotions in general, and release them. Really focus on releasing that kind of energy. I feel like you do have this amazing capacity to kind of absorb things. You also have to have an amazing capacity to release some things, because when we don't release things, we can get very tripped up in life. We can feel weighed down. We can feel overwhelmed. We can feel like we're even pushing people away because we don't know how to handle all of the excess energy that we're picking up from them. As a highly sensitive person, it is the most important thing for you to understand what your own energy feels like. That way you know what other people's energy feels like, so that when people are trying to drain your energy, or people are trying to put things on you, put more weight on you because they can't take care of their own baggage, they want you to release it for them, you know how to thwart that on all levels. You know how to thwart it physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I too, for you, feel that an egg cleanse could be very useful. If you don't already know, Jovi, how to, or like if you don't have spiritual practices that you kind of adhere to, or even just self-care practices that you adhere to, it's definitely time to make sure that you're doing so. I can sense that your inner being needs a little bit more of your time, energy, and attention. It feels almost a little bit starved for your time and energy. And that could be, again, your mind is always racing and you can't put attention to what's going on for that inner aspect of who you really are. And the longer we go neglecting or ignoring or not really paying attention to that inner being, that will start to manifest in many different ways, and it can really start to hinder our relationships. And I just want to make sure that you're maintaining a healthy and positive relationship with yourself and using that as the standard for the other relationships that you have going on in your life. Because again, I can tell that maybe in the past your motto was kind of like, I'm gonna cut people out like really fast, or I'm gonna like be avoidant and push them out of my life when I'm feeling overwhelmed. And maybe that's not the best kind of energy. Or even if you are a parent and you're realizing that being avoidant as a parent is not maybe the best way that you can handle things like that. It doesn't have to be how you're treating everyone, but just in moments where you're experiencing high amounts of stress, it's almost like your inner being is craving for you to kind of settle down with it, listen to what it has to say, or navigate life in a certain way, go down a certain path, and then you're like actively fighting against it because you're too stuck in your head. I'm going to go ahead and place some Reiki symbols, honestly, on the lower half. So your heart, sacral, or heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. just to enhance more of that foundation, enhance more of that security, enhance more of that self-assuredness, and enhance more of that connection between you, your inner being, your emotional body. Watch out for that inner child. The second I started putting a Reiki symbol on the solar plexus, it was speaking to me. So along with that inner being, similar, not same. There are many different aspects and versions to who we are. Many. We're for sure multifaceted beings. And so that inner being, to kind of help you clear it up, at least in the terminology that I use, the inner being is like where your spirit self and human self connect, and it's more a little bit of that emotional, it's like where they combine, and it's the fusion of the two worlds. And so they're the intimate part. So when you're thinking of getting intimate or vulnerable with someone, that's the part, you know, that like hurts from a heartbreak or feels in love. So that's the inner being. Then there's the inner child, and I at least like to believe that the inner child lives in the solar plexus. And so the inner child is all about joy, fun, positivity, sometimes even a little bit of recklessness, just having that wild abandon. And for you, it's like that inner child is definitely feeling neglected and wants to come out and play, wants to be embodied by you in the physical form. So making sure that you're honoring that inner child and finding times for play, finding times for creativity, finding times for self-expression, finding times to be wild and silly and goofy, even if it's just with yourself and no one else. Maybe your inner child is not something that you like to share with others, and if you're not at that space yet, that's fine, but really allow yourself to have at least that communion with them and you. Beautiful. I'm going to have you take in 4 more deep breaths in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Take 3 more at your own pace. Very good. All right, Jovi, that's all that I have for you today. I believe what I had said in terms of recommendations for you was definitely energy cleansing, definitely that veiling. I would say Beyond Balance for a program could definitely benefit you if you're ready and willing to put more things into practice for you. If you don't already have some spiritual practices or self-care routines, if you do already have a whole bunch of like spiritual practices, self-care routines, you're already taking care of yourself in a spiritual way as much as you possibly can, but you're really like unsure of how to begin healing the relationship you have with yourself, and that's been causing a lot of ailments for you in your relationships, because I know that essentially you said anything in general for your area of concern, it wasn't relationships, but I felt a lot of relationship energy. That's where you want to maybe consider the Unblocked program. But that's all that I have for you. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. I'm glad that so many things definitely resonated with you today. That's what we always hope for whenever we're getting one of these healing sessions. If there is anyone else who would like a Reiki healing session, go ahead and go to the link in my bio at the top of my page, click live healing session, and let me know what your area of concern or manifestation is. I will send you a pre-recorded video. This is the end of Kiara. Yes, my love. Yes, my love. You're all set, girly. I'm excited for it too. There's a lot of love put into there, and a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like exuberance. I felt like an exuberant kind of energy when I was doing that. So same kind of crystal, same kind of process, but I got you covered. But yes, if there's anyone else who's wanting a Reiki session with me, then I will send you a pre-recorded video for the mini session, and you'll get that within a day or 2. Typically I like to do it within 24 hours, but sometimes life happens and it might take me a little bit longer. So with that being said, if you have any questions for me, you can always DM me through here on TikTok or even on Instagram. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will see you guys later. Bye.